Welcome back to a new video. So this was the extra session of the week that I did on Saturday. I didn't have a major plan going into the day. If I felt extremely recovered, I was just going to start the next day's session, but I didn't, which makes sense because yesterday was heavy snatches and cleaner jerks, and I kind of went with other plans. So of course I'm going to start with muscle snatches, and I got up to 90 with those. They didn't feel too bad, didn't feel too great. Just kind of told me that I just needed to get some work in, and so I wanted to do some powers after these muscle snatches, and I was able to get up to 90 for some Iranian powers, which if you don't know what those are, you basically just spread your feet out super wide when doing those, and that's not on purpose, just because I'm just really trying to make sure that I do actual powers with them. But got up to 90, did a couple singles there, then did some snatch balances, and the reason I want to do some snatch balances is I have them again programmed in this week's training, or upcoming week of training. I believe it's like only 94 kilos, but it's for triples, so I won't be able to do muscle snatches with them like I did before, especially because, you know, if I do a couple successful sets, it will increase the weight a little bit, which would probably be about to what my max muscle snatch would be. But I also, you know, probably couldn't do 94 multiple times. I might not even be able to do it once. It's certainly not a consistent weight for me to muscle snatch. 90 was certainly like, I didn't know if I was going to be able to do that multiple times like I did in that session, or even 94 that single time. But I'm very happy to be able to actually, you know, work on snatch balances again today. And like I said, I have them later this week, which is why I wanted to do them today. And I was able to push them up to 125, which was quite exciting. And it felt heavy, but it felt manageable. Like I felt like I could do 5, 6, 7, maybe even 10 kilos more. My best ever is 297, so 135. And I think my best snatch balance and overhead squat are the same thing, because I've done a really, like not really a true snatch balance, because if you're doing a true snatch balance, you kind of want to have a faster eccentric to mimic catching a snatch a little bit more in that speed. From which, you know, you're catching the bar when you're squatting under the bar in a snatch, and then an overhead squat is just purely you're just getting the bar, doing like a snatch push press or whatever, and then just squatting it. I've done a block snatch plus overhead squat with 135, and I have done a really slow snatch balance with 135. So I've done it in two different ways. I would love to be able to get up to 140. I think that would be a really nice way to be able to do. I believe I've tried it before, but I haven't been able to do it. But if I can get to the point where I'm doing reps with like 125, like I got up to here, not for reps, but just, you know, the weight, I think I will certainly be, you know, trending in that direction. It's not like a one-to-one thing, like you increase your snatch balance, you increase your snatch, but it just shows that if you can do them well, then you have stability overhead. And ideally I would do them a little bit faster on the eccentric, but for me it's more important to be able to actually get the weight completed. Here's the 125. I was pretty happy with how it felt all the way at the bottom. And then I kind of drifted forward a little bit once I was at the bottom, but I was happy with how stable everything felt. And I stopped there. I decided to do some rack jerks at the end of the session, and I took some pretty big jumps, got up to 140, hit it for not the best looking single, but better than the first jerk I did yesterday. And then I took 2 cracks at 155. They just weren't there, and I think a lot of it's just my legs aren't strong right now. So as my legs get stronger, I think that weight will come back. It was obviously a big jump to go from 140 to 155. I think I could have done 150 on this day, but I just wanted to see if I can get up to 155. It was more just an aggressive jump just to see if I could, and you see there, they're not terribly far away. So, you know, something below, obviously this, and between 150 is probably my max. I would say probably like 152 or 3 would be the most I can jerk right now. But obviously we want to get that number back up, and you know, as we continue with these weeks, hopefully that number will. I don't know if all of these extra days will be structured like this, but I think it was kind of fun to have some like auxiliary lifts that I could push a little bit heavier that are still beneficial. I think a lot of people would probably agree that I would benefit from doing more snatch balances as well as rack jerks, and I think having them on a day like this could also, you know, be beneficial to the program overall without taking too much from the next day's session. But we'll see how I feel and how I continue to approach these days. But that's going to be it for this one. I'll talk to you on the next video, and I hope you have a great day. Peace.